You know things are bad when Fox News comes out against the Republican Party. And they had a commentator, well-known commentator, Mark Thiessen, on, and he had a hell of an indictment on the Republican Party. I mean, I want you to listen to it in his own words, because it is important to see the dejection. I've been looking over Twitter and a lot of other places where conservatives are up in arms. Now they're turning against their own party. How could this really happen? Check out what this guy has to say, and then we'll take it on the other side.
Think about this. We have the worst inflation in 4 decades, the worst collapse in real wages in 40 years, the worst crime wave since the 1990s, the worst border crisis in U.S. history. We have Joe Biden, who is the least popular president since Harry Truman, since presidential polling happened, and there wasn't a red wave. That is a searing indictment of the Republican Party. That is a searing indictment of the message that we have been sending to the voters. They looked at all of that and looked at the Republican alternative and said, no, thanks. The Republican Party needs to do a really deep introspection look in the mirror right now, because this is an absolute disaster for the Republican Party, and we need to turn back. We need to look at who won today. Ron DeSantis, DeWine, these governors, Kemp. Abbott. Look at these governors. This is the path to the future. At electing these radical candidates who ran far behind them has put the Republican Party in a terrible position, and voters have indicted the Republican Party.
Now, listen. They don't get it. I mean, I understand this guy's dejected. This guy feels like, yes, Americans rejected the party. But there's one other thing that he himself is yet to notice. He puts his hopes in DeSantis. He puts his hope in the Texas governor Abbott and a few others, Republican governors or senators that won. The thing about it is, if they become the norm, Abbott only wins in Texas. DeSantis only wins in Florida. All these Republicans are in specialized cases. So I would like to tell this young man, bring it on. Let's have Abbott run. Let's have DeSantis run. And let's have a lot of mini DeSantis and a lot of mini Abbotts run. Because the truth is, the Democratic Party never challenged these guys as they should. As I said on KPFT last night during our coverage of the election, imagine, based on what Americans say that they want, the policies that they want, if we were ever going to make hard-hitting ads and hard-hitting engagements with people to let them know what we are going to do and why these other guys are the ones stopping it, why these guys are the ones killing your mother, why are these guys the ones starving your children, why are these guys the ones taking away your wealth, why are these guys the ones passing all the policies that allows corporations to rip you off, and you put it in bread and butter notions that people can feel. So yes, run a lot of mini DeSantis, run a lot of little Abbotts. Because you know what? I think Democrats are starting, well, I don't know about progressives are starting to say, you know what? To hell with what the elitists on the top are trying to tell us down. Listen to Brother Carville, even though Carville to some extent is a neoliberal, but listen to Carville when he says, don't have the Ford Foundation telling you how to fight. Because a lot of times they have ulterior motives. They don't want Democrats to win too much. They want them in the lead because they're more humane. But they don't want them really in full power, because then we get a society that protects everybody. And you have to realize now, our economic system is not designed that way. Our economic system is designed to move everything up to the few and have the few be in command, a patriarchal society. But you know what, folks? Just like the Powell Manifesto came out when people were getting too smart, these guys are worried that people will get smart again. And all the structures created by the Powell Manifesto, the Heritage Foundation, the Cato Institute, and all these things that misinform you to have you vote against your interests, it's coming apart. That's their fear. Folks, Bring on DeSantis. Bring on Abbott. Let's see how far the party gets. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.